I've been a Yeah, I'm trying to get all this fucking extra bronze on my shit. Yeah, come back in about 15 minutes. I'll be open some decent packs.
off.
I've got this old bit of skirting.
11.6 thousand views, 200 likes.
Yo.
People just watch any old shit.
What are you talking about?
Right. Oh, I've got this video on TikTok. It's got 11 point. Now it's got 12. It's just gone up 1,000 views in the last 2 seconds. It's got 12.5 thousand views, 146 likes, and I'm getting followers by the second. And all I've done was put a bit of fucking skirting board on the wall. I don't give a fuck about the rest of the stuff.
Let me tell you something, brothers. I learned about you a long time ago. And you probably forgot about this. When you told people how to use an aux cord on an older model car and stereo on YouTube, you remember that video you did like 10 years ago?
Yeah, I've got like 30,000 views, didn't it?
Yeah, because you know why? That video was handy. There was 1 million people wanted to answer that question. And only that 100,000 was lucky enough to find it. You get what I mean? I knew how to do it myself, but when I saw you put that video up, I said, now that is the kind of video people like me go to YouTube for. Like, if I didn't know how to do it, your video would have been a lifesaver. You know what I mean?
Well, the reason why I put it on YouTube was because there wasn't one.
There wasn't no TikTok then, yeah.
No, but I would have put it on TikTok, yeah, but the reason why I put that stereo, changing the car stereo out with the aux cable and that, so you can get a line in.
Yeah.
I did that because I looked to how to do it and I couldn't find a way
couldn't find no, exactly, man. That's exactly what. That's exactly
it. So I thought, well, it's in an old shitty car. Like, I'm sure no one will watch it. And the next day, it was on like fucking thousands. But it's like, I suppose like everybody has a missing bit of skirting in there. Not everyone, but most people.
Yeah.
You know, they might have an old wardrobe. They might have a fireplace that they've just boxed in. You know, and there's always skirting missing in a lot of people's houses. So I suppose when they need to know how to put a bit of skirting on the wall, it's like, well, do this and do that. Because I'll tell them how to put, you know, how to stick it on with what adhesive and stuff, and you know.
Skirting. Are you talking about what Americans call molding?
You call it baseboard.
Baseboard, yep. I know what you're talking about. That's what I thought you meant.
Yeah, so everyone has a bit of baseboard missing in their life, generally. Maintenance people as well. And usually you think, oh no, I'd need to cut that in specially. But I mean, the way I do shit, it's just like, well, any cunt can do this. And that's what I've always said, if I can do it, you can do it. If I can drive, you can drive. If I can fix it, you can fix it. If I can learn it, you can learn it. Because
if I can jerk me off, you can jerk me off. That kind of stuff. No, I dig it.
Why do we call it skirting? We're such a pervy nation.
Well, skirting's usually what over here they say you put around a table or a camper or something, you know, like a caravan.
Oh, like yeah, you put skirting around a caravan. We call that facade.
Yeah.
Or fascia. Oh, you call it skirting? That's weird.
Or underpinning. Some people call it underpinning.
Underpinning over here is where you dig out from underneath a house and add concrete to stabilise the foundation.
I guess it's all derived from Latin. It's pretty close. I mean, I kind of knew what you were talking about when you said skirting. I kind of had a feeling you were talking about baseboards or molding or, you know, whatever.
Yeah. Like, moulding's basically like picture rails and like decorative wood, routed bits of wood, coving.
Yeah, decorative, you're right, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it goes around the top corners of the room. Or,
yeah, it goes around the top, that's true, not the baseboard. Yeah, it goes around the top.
Wainscot is popular in America. Wainscoting, wainscot.
Well, it was 15 years ago. I ain't heard nobody talk about it, but most people ain't.
Nah, but they're going back to that now. Like, a lot of people are having decorative MDF paneling on the walls and stuff. People are going back to that style. Rather than, because everyone went plain, didn't they? Like plain walls, no skirt, no trims around the edges or anything. Everyone went just plain box, basic white. But now I find people wanting like you can buy MDF kits, which are like pre-cut paneling, and you can just stick them to your wall, and then you've got that panel effect, like
Yeah.
shaker doors. Like rich people want that now. Highly rich motherfuckers. Yeah, it's a good thing I know some of the American British terms, so we can understand each other a bit. Probably cool, yeah. Right, the thing like with YouTube tutorials, everything on YouTube tutorials is American. So when I wanted to learn how to cut stairs in, it was all in feet and inches, and it was stressing me out because all of our measuring tools are in millimeters. I know you could work it out, but
Yeah.
an inch isn't 24 point, isn't
25.4, yeah.
20, yeah, so it's not even 25 millimeters on the dot. You got to take into account that 0.6, which doesn't even show on the tape measure. So the stressful thing was back in the early days, trying to learn new things, fucking inches and quarters, and
Well, if it's in
stressed
inches
me out.
on your calculator, multiply it by 25.4. If it's
Yeah,
in
but then when you're
millimeters,
trying to work out stairs, you get silly numbers.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
But
I've
y'all
made
use
myself.
centimeters a lot. See, when I've always used metric, it was always millimeters. It didn't matter if it was fucking 6 foot long, it was in millimeters on print, but I learned it
Exactly.
through machining, but.
No, that's how we do it. That's how I do it anyway. So basically, centimeters is for like people that don't have a clue, and millimeters is for the people that do.
Precision.
Yeah, so anyone that talks in centimeters are homeowners that don't know anything.
Yeah, they
And
got
anyone
a
that talks in
5th grade
millimeters,
math.
they're like office workers. You know what I mean? Oh, I think it's about 25 centimeters. I'm like 250 millimeters. They're like, centimeters. I'm like, yeah, I don't measure in centimeters, mate.
I mean, but the good part about that math is it's in tens, so.
Well, it's easy for them to understand, isn't it? Simps. Oh, it's 85.5 centimeters. I'm like 855 millimeters. I'm like, what? Yeah,
No, even
precision
English people
measures.
that work, or when I mean American people, even, you can't, once you learn math, you're like, I don't know why we do it when everybody else in the world, except like one place, uses the metric system.
Yeah, I mean, for me, like, I've built some impressive stuff, and I couldn't imagine building it in any other way, down
Well,
to the millimeter.
yeah. Well, see, I guess it's because millimeters is universal. Like I say,
For
I,
me, it's exact.
it is
I
exact.
would do it in feet and inches, but you're going to be out 3 or 4 millimeter.
Yeah.
Like, you
Hence
could
the
have like,
0.4.
yeah, so like 100% millimeter. It's down to the mil, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because you're not going to get smaller than a millimeter. If you say like 1/8 and 3/10 or whatever, 3/4.
Now we go to
Yeah, okay,
1/64.
there you go. But
1/64 of an inch.
I mean, even reading that on a tape measure is ridiculous because you just got lines that you need to look at. Like millimeters, you can go 4, 5, 6, 7, and you look for 4, 5, 6, and then you count the smaller number in 7 little lines. 4, 5, 6, 7. That's how I teach my labourers. I say 4, 5, 6, 7. Find 456 because you will find that number, and then the 7 is always a number you can't see on the tape measure. So if I say 825, look for the 82 and then count 5.
Yeah, but there's a millimeter worth of play in the tip of a tape measure. Depending on whether you're pushing or pulling.
Yeah. And also, well, tape measures are designed for that, really. If it's a brand new tape measure at the factory, if you hook it on something, it's designed to give you the inside reading, and if you push it against something, it's designed to give you the outside reading. That's why tape measures have a little bit of play in the end.
Yeah. Yeah, so, yeah, I know what you're saying.
I use a digital tape measure most of the time now. So it's like a little laser pointer and tells me my millimeters. And then,
oh, yeah, I figured you had one of them. You got to have one of them for building shit.
Yeah, you can't be whipping out your tape measure every 2 seconds. So I got a phone call today from ICF7, because you know I put on LinkedIn this morning about I'm going to a big corporate event and stuff and talking about ICF. I shouldn't have done that on LinkedIn because ICF7 got a sniff. Anyway, they phoned me up offering me £300 a day to come work for them.
That's all right. Any benefits?
Nah, so I basically said, I said, look, I don't mind helping you get off the ground a little bit and coming on for £300 a day, yeah? I said, but it's not where I want to be. I said, ideally, I want to be taking a price job off you and then getting that big whack on the price. And I said, I need to make bank. And he went, well, I'll tell you what, if you come and help me out with my builds and we get it all done and, you know, I've built up some bank myself, then, yeah, 100% we can start talking prices. It's all bullshit. I said, and also, you know, I said, I don't mind helping you while I'm waiting for my stuff to come in. And he's like, you could just help me until your stuff comes in, that's not a problem.
Should have told him to give you a truck and not told him anything else. Be like, you give me a truck to run, and then you could have been doing your shit on the side, you know?
give me a truck with all of your info. Last time we had a conversation, because it always leads back to money with this cunt. He wants me, but he thinks that he doesn't. I don't know. He's
Thinks he can
my
lowball you.
competitor. He's my competitor.
Yeah. Well, you keep your friends close, your enemies closer.
Yes, I think that's what he's trying to do with me, to be honest. Because
well, you do the same. There ain't nothing wrong with that. As long as you keep your ground.
Last time we spoke, he was all. I said, look, if I do work for you, then I want to say I did it under my company, ICF Innovations. He said, no way, you're not going to put anything of your company up, it's all on mine. And then we never spoke for a year. Then he asked me if I'm available at the end of May to come and do some ICF builds with him, or for him, because he's getting really busy because he's the #1 supplier in the southeast of England. But I want to be the #1 supplier. I said he was going to send me an email with like all the terms and conditions and that, so I'd have to read through that. There'll probably be a non-disclosure agreement hidden in there, which I refuse to sign. Sick of it, Doc. Everyone that fucking wants me to big ideas and we're going to make all this money, it always ends up with them just wanting me to close my company down. Tomorrow, I'm going to that corporate event with my company on my chest and my name badge, and I'm going to talk about ICF to everyone. That's what.
Well, that's how you meet people. You gotta network, you know, socialize out there, and
go to these big networking events.
Yeah.
There's a
Because I'm gonna tell you right now. Let me tell you something. You don't have to be the best guy there. It's twofold. If people like you, you see what I'm saying?
They'll phone you. Yeah, they'll phone you.
That's it.
They'll be like, they'll send you a message when it's all done. Like, do you mind having a look at this plot for me and seeing if it's good for us? Yeah. See, what Anthony don't know is that I've got 4 suppliers around Ireland and England, so I don't need to use him. I made him think that I was going to use him. He's like, oh, what's this event you're going to tomorrow? I said, oh, it's the corporate event. He went, oh, that's the South East show, isn't it? I said, I don't know, mate. I said, I just know it's run by Morgan Cinder, which is the biggest development company in the fucking whole of England. So I think I've got them shook a little bit. They were trying to obviously get me, oh, I'll go work for that money. Yeah, what do you want a day? Whatever you want. You know, just so I'm sticking on my path, man. And do you know what that path is? I'm just an overseer. You know what I mean? I'm the ICF expert. these people don't know anything about ICF, I'm assuming, and they need someone that knows what ICF is and how it's all put together, and they're obviously nervous about it, and I'm there to instill confidence in the product and say ICF is the future of building and construction. Like, they want
Well,
to
I
know
know
about
that, Rudders. You need to start fucking acting like it, man. I know that about you.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
tomorrow, I'm acting like it tomorrow. My name is Mr. ICF tomorrow.
That's right.
And they'll say, oh, so what's the price? And I'll say, because it always comes down to the price, and I'll say, well, I've got 4 suppliers up and down the country, and I can do anything to suit any budget, really. As long as the budget's got 6 figures in it, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, no job too big, no job too small.
That's what I say. I say, as long as the budget is 6 figures, then, you know, we can accommodate any situation, really.
Yeah. But again, you got leverage. Like I say, if any more of these damn little honky-tonk, half-assed dipshits want to use you, fucking use them back. Like I say, you'd be surprised. You know as well as I do. How much is a truck worth to you? Or a van?
What? Oh yeah, it's gold dust, isn't it? Like, my one broke down, I had to put a new alternator on it and everything, new battery. Like, I had it all fixed up within 24 hours, ready to go to a gig.
Yep. But wouldn't it be nice? This guy's going to do you the same way they would if you was using your shit. Might as well use some of their shit.
Yeah, but
Throw it out there. What's the worst they're going to say? No, I don't want to hear none of this hee-hawing around. What are they going to say? No, I can't do that. That's the worst they're going to tell you, right?
I'll tell you what, I think I've told you the plan before. Like, I don't want to deal with anyone. I'm quite an independent person. Like, from where I've come from to where I am now, has been a big journey of self-control and preservation. And, like, I just know for a fact that where I would be happiest is bidding on a piece of land, winning it, building on it, selling it, bidding on another piece of land, building it, selling it, and just doing that same cycle with me and a couple of young lads that are new in the game and want to learn a bit of building. And I've proven that model with marching, and I just know it's sitting there simmering, waiting to, right, that site there, boom, transfer the money, get on it, logistics, work every day, graft, early morning, you know, work really hard, and start making some fucking money, so I'm not worrying every week if I'm going to be able to pay my bills, which has been happening for years. I think I deserve it in this life. Like, I found ICF as a way to make a lot of money.
All right, well, I'll pitch it to you another way. You know what you've done, and you know where you've got. Now, I ain't saying completely flip the script, but it's just like a team on FC25. Don't change 5 guys on your team at once. Change 1. You follow my drift here?
Yeah, but the thing is, like, it's hard to get just one good one, generally. Like, up Marchins, I was lucky to be stuck with 3 at the end after 16. Like, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
hard,
No, I meant not people. I meant tactics.
Yeah, I've changed my tactics in the last 48 hours. 48 hours ago, I wanted to build houses for people, yeah, and that was, I'm selling myself as a tradesman. These last couple of days has dialed me in to, no, I can get hold of ICF, I can oversee the installation of your teams or whatever.
The knowledge ain't the issue. I don't think the knowledge is the issue with you, brothers. So you need to have that locked in your mind. Knowledge ain't the problem. Experience ain't the problem. It's your sales. It's your marketing of yourself and what you do. You got the knowledge. Yes. Now you got to learn how to spit it out right. You know what I mean? Be like, fucking now, you know what I'm saying. I can't tell you what to say because you know it. You know it. I don't know it. You know, but you got the knowledge. Quit worrying about that. Own it. You already got that.
I think that the knowledge is the selling point, because once they talk to me,
that's the baseline. That's the basis, the foundation.
After a few discussions about, you know, what I do and what I'm passionate, because it's passion. If the passion shines through, people don't buy product; they buy people.
Fucking ain't right, they do.
If the passion sells, like, you know, they could go and order 100 blocks from, and I said to them, you can go and order, you know, couple of thousand blocks from Travis and get all the wet trades in and get all the pumpers and dumpers and get the brickies in and get the fucking constant deliveries of materials. You could do that. Or you could get one delivery of the ICF, 2 weeks later, one delivery of the concrete, done.
It's called being lean. You're a lean operator.
That's it. And I'll say, look, we don't deal, because Anthony
You cut
Quinn,
the fat.
he's dealing with the slabs as well, yeah? Now, I ain't up for dealing with slabs. There's no need. You can make enough money in ICF.
But you can do it, though, right?
100%.
Well, there you go. See, that's important. That's important.
He said, oh, you can read drawings, you can run plant, you can organise teams. He said, you can do it all. I said, yeah, I could do all that. He's like, have you got any tickets? I said, well, I've been banging out the domestics for years, mate. I said, I can get CSCSs and CCSs for the plant. So, yeah, I said, I can get iPaths for working at heights and stuff. I said, I can get all this stuff. I said, as long as roles coming in. I said, that's not a problem. I said, I've had it all before, which I have. I said, I've had these tickets
Yeah, I can do all that shit. I just ain't doing it for free.
Alright, so yeah. I can't really tell where those I put it, but it could just be a ploy to get me thinking another way rather than Expo, ICF, Innovations Limited, use me for your ICF. Anthony would be like phoning me up that fucking next day. How did that go then, mate? I say, yeah, basically I've got a contract with Morgan Sindall to go and supply and install ICF, so I might need you guys to work for me, actually.
I think you need to get a little bit more gritty. Like that guy goes, oh, how'd it go yesterday? Went pretty fucking well, picked up a few jobs. What'd you get out of it? You know, don't call him a bitch. No, shoot him straight.
Yeah.
And act like it was your idea to work together. Be like, maybe me and you can get together. You know, you gotta have your balls intact, you know?
The thing is, I know that ICF Southern charge £80 per square metre for ICF, yeah? So I've got a contact that'll do me £50 a square metre for ICF.
So you're going to charge $1. I dig it.
And I've got another guy from Ireland who's been leaving me voicemails, meeting me, telling me to go to London, buying me hotels. He loves me. I've sold myself to him like you wouldn't believe. And but I've had to ignore him for a bit because I've had nothing to say about ICF with him. But I know that I can pick up the phone to him. You're right, John, how you doing, mate? Yeah. So what is this ICF? How much a square metre? What's the system? What certificates? What's going on with it? And then they'll be like, well, I've got about 20 installers right now. And I'll be like, well, if you can send them 20 or 10 installers down to this project, then all I'm doing is overseeing it. I'll see them, I turn up, you right, lads? Yeah, you've done this before? Sweet, okay, I just need that, you know the score. Put the water bar down.
Nah, I got to stop you right there. I'm going to tell you why. What you need to do is be like, when can me and you meet up on one of the job sites? I want to see how your crews are working. You got to take the fucking lead. You understand me? Don't be like, hey, can you send your fucking guys down here? That sounds like you need something from them.
Right.
You got to go at it like, I may want something from you, but I want to just check on you. You get my point?
Exactly. Don't chuck each one. Well, whatever's got the better.
Exactly. The only way you find out who's got best is by trying them all.
Exactly. So I'll visit Anthony Quinn's sites because he's got some going on.
Exactly. You need to show up to sites.
See how his boys are putting them together. Yeah, and then John, like I say, he's got his own new product. He says he's just invented it. That could be a new innovation, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because if it's not really heard of, and everyone knows about Nodora and Fox Blocks and all the others, Rapid Forms, all pretty much the same.
Now you're getting what I'm saying. You're down there stealing ideas shamelessly.
When I met him at the pub, down the road, he came from Ireland to meet me. He goes, we had a beer together, and he goes, yeah. I said, well, what I want to do, mate, is have a factory. He goes, oh, that's a bloody brilliant idea. We need you on board. I need you to train them up. We need you to, you know, he went, oh, our CEO, he's not very good around people at the training. They all like, you know, nod off and disappear. He went, but you'll captivate them. You'll be able to really instill the ICF idea into them. I can see that. He went, that's what we're going to do with you. And I'm like, oh, sweet. Okay, I'm up for that. And then they wanted me to sign an NDA to shut my company down, and I was like, fuck off.
Yeah. Yeah, but you ain't got to get mad about it. Be like, what the fuck are you talking about, retards? You want me to come down there or not?
You got to go through it, you know. I went through it. I've spoken to all the companies and all what they want to offer and all this politics around it, and I've been in and out that rabbit hole. I had to get myself out of these situations of signing contracts and stuff. You know what I mean? That wasn't easy.
Yeah, you don't ever jump into no contract. Fucking hey. Let me tell you something. You're either in charge or you're not. You don't ask to be in charge. You take charge. So like I just said,
your own destiny.
Yeah, everything. You know what you're doing.
Mate.
Act like it, Rudders. You know what you're doing, so fucking act like it. You see, why do you talk to me? Think about it. If you didn't know me, you'd probably call me an asshole. But you know I'm not full of shit, right?
Yeah, exactly. I would say that 100%. You know, yeah, I know that you're an intelligent man. That's worth fucking knowing and talking to, being mates with.
Me and you are in our prime. If people our age don't know what the fuck they're doing, nobody does.
Nah.
I've been on the ground. Jilly was talking about a guy last night. I said, I got fucking pull-on boots. The shit, I said, I don't just own it, I live it. You know? I'm out there 12 hours a fucking day, busting balls and ass. I said, I busted so much ass, I ain't even got nothing left.
Yeah, proper.
Nah, but all these little panty waists who sit in the fucking behind the desk and think they're money movers, middlemen, is what they are, which is fine. I don't have a problem with middlemen. Everybody's got to eat. But all I'm saying is, I'm not going to listen to no horse shit from a middleman. If I tell you this is the way it is, you wanted me because I know what the fuck I'm doing. And that never changes. With anybody in the middle atmosphere, it's like, no, that's not happening. I told you that last winter. I said, nope, they're not getting buried. We're either temporarily entombing them or they can take it back to the funeral home. The new middle management people all had to get together and have a meeting with corporate, all for corporate, the head honchos to go, yeah, he's the superintendent of the park. He's in charge of the safety. Of course it's his fucking call. I told him, I said, this is my fucking call. They're like, well, I don't know about that. I said, well, I fucking do. You get my point here? And that's the thing. You know what you're doing, Rudders. So I don't give a shit what anybody says to you. You're the end-all, be-all. Sorry for yelling at you, but that's the way I feel about it.
Yeah, man. No, totally, man. Gotta have that self-confidence and belief, isn't it? At the end of the day. Look, I'm not. I'm actually like my feeling towards going tomorrow is that I belong there, because my whole mission up till now has been to say like, look, no one knows about fucking ICF. It's taking the piss. Like, why is it not taking off? You know, everyone's dubious. Everyone's in the shadow about it. No one's really confident about sticking polystyrene houses on a fucking plot. You know. But once I fucking tell them about my designs, or I'll build the roof inside the house, and it's like a fridge door when you open the front door, it's sold.
Yeah.
Because you know why the whole point of this fucking event is tomorrow? Is so that they can discuss modern methods of construction with all of the different ways to build with airtightness and more insulation and innovative products on construction techniques and that, on how to make it energy efficient with air source heat pumps.
Yeah, but who's coming to it? Who's coming to it?
About 2,000 people.
That do what? Have trade, skills, and businesses, correct?
Yeah, that are either trying to sell sand or trying to buy sand.
So it's a networking event. So go around and start
Exactly.
shaking fucking hands and talking fucking shit. I'm serious.
Yeah, I will. And you know what I love, yeah? The fact that I'm going to open up every time with...
Do you got any cards? Do you have a business card?
Right, so what I need to do is get QR codes printed out, and then they can scan that, which is a link to my website and Google.
Yeah, that's cool and all if everybody's 25 years old or they don't know how to do shit. You need business cards. You need to go shake a hand, fucking give a card to them. You know what I mean? So if you ain't got, I know you can't get none for tomorrow, but if you got any, fucking get them. Because I know it's all the newfangled tech and everything. I mean, if some man come up to me and he's like, and no offense to you, I know you're pretty good with the social media thing.
Yeah.
But you know, it's one of them things. Yeah, that's cool and all. Social media is cool and all, but I can tell you right now, you can ask anybody that knows me, like he don't even know what the fuck TikTok is, probably in the working world. But they know what
yeah. But you do. But I would say, yeah, you know, we're eco, yeah. We're an eco-friendly house build, ISF building company.
That sounds gay. You're bulletproof.
No, it's not. I like to reuse stuff, yeah. Like, I like to make the forms for the foundation, yeah. They get made into the window reveals, and they get used on the finish of the roof, so nothing goes to waste throughout the whole build. Nothing. Like, no skips.
Are you going to have a booth?
No, I'm not. No, probably next year. I only found out about it last week, and I
so you didn't have a lot of time. So this is a networking opportunity. Yeah, you need to know every motherfucker in there, at least the ones that matter. That time you leave it tomorrow.
Well, no, because website's a bit out of whack.
Yeah, if you walked up, you're like, it's eco-friendly, I'd be fucking with you, but I'd say, oh, yeah, just like a power grid in fucking Portugal, huh?
Well, this is the whole point, Doc. Like, with my buildings, yeah, they, you can survive.
That's what I'm saying, make it badass. Be like...
They're bomb-proof. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
bulletproof, bomb-proof, hurricane-proof.
Literally, we use C35 concrete, which is one of the hardest concretes, and they will last for like probably 1,000 years, easy. I said, look how long the concrete fucking Athens and all that. You know, all the concrete buildings from. Concrete doesn't really move, does it? Once you create the rock concrete out of it.
The aqueducts in Rome were built out of this shit, or out of this formula.
Yes, like, you know, these. I'm confident because they say plastics take thousands of years to break down. I'm confident that you could just add more insulation if it does break down after 1,000 years. But my buildings will stand the test of time, mate. When the earth shatters into, like, after it's hit by the sun exploding, my buildings will be floating around in space still.
There you go. That's more like it. You gotta talk that shit and talk it with a grin on your face, you know? It still sells it.
Yeah, man.
You got, I mean, like I say, there's a fine line between confidence and cockiness. And as long as you skirt that fucking line, people's gonna love you. And you want them to love you because they're gonna want to work with you.
Do you know what my slogan is? It's eco-friendly new build homes.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Our mission is to strive for customer satisfaction in everything that we do. Is that good? Look, my website, let me tell you what it says. It says, our mission has been to strive for customer satisfaction in everything that we do. Being fully insured will give you peace of mind when we work on your properties. We are highly knowledgeable and experienced in all types of construction and maintenance. Email us your building plans or jobs you need doing and we will arrange free estimation. When building new dwellings, we utilise modern methods of construction such as insulated concrete forms. We create living and working spaces that are eco-friendly, faster to build, cheaper and energy efficient. When not building structures, we maintain and upkeep traditional buildings. We cover bathroom fitting, kitchen fitting, carpentry, tiling, damp proofing. I'm going to delete all that now. And this is just going to be an ICF website.
You're missing one thing that would kill it for you. You need a woman, a secretary, administrator, call her whatever you want to, sales, I don't give a shit. You gotta have the yin and the yang, and I'll tell you why. I'll give you an example. Yesterday, I don't know if I told you, walked in the office, people showing up to do the paperwork for a burial. And what does this woman do? She knew what she was doing right away. She goes, well, speaking of that, here comes the superintendent right now. Let's ask him. You know what they were doing? All big grins on their face, all on the edge of their seat. What's he going to say? And she lays out a question like she's asking it for them. And I literally didn't have to say more than a couple words. I said, no, we're not going to do anything like that. And I said, and then the woman looked at me. She goes, I don't think that'd look too good either. I said, no, ma'am, it wouldn't. I said, it'd look pretty bad. And I didn't really say too much more than that, other than how you guys doing or how you doing. And I come in there, gave them the nitty gritty, let the girl do all the chit chat. I'm here for the answers. You get what I mean?
Yep.
And you may not believe it, but that buffer where you get separated from the client, like for example, all that, like this guy you've been working with, if you just go, well, you'll have to call my office and get with so and so, and she'll take down your information, and then we'll get back to you. When you look like you're a one-man operation, that it looks like you're going to be easily taken advantage of. Sorry to tell you that, that's true.
What's that?
No business has one guy doing everything. That's word of mouth work. You need get your old lady to do it. Start talking in a patronizing voice. Be like, we call down to the office. You know, whenever you got that, it's more than just me. When there's structure is what I'm trying to tell you. If you got that structure, even if they call and get a fucking voicemail, that's showing structure. If they see one guy, what I'm saying is, being weak, not saying you are, I'm just saying like, well, he's by himself trying to do the whole thing. Maybe I'll just take advantage of him and get what I want out of him. You got to look established. You got to look structured. Like I say, this constructive criticism, I ain't trying to be mean to him. I'm just telling you the way that I see how people take things.
Well, I'll give it a go tomorrow. I'll see how it goes.
You need to have your old lady at the house ready to answer the fucking phone. You did have your address.
Today, and then I was at home earlier, so I was missing rush hour, and then the phone went today, and I answered it, and this old lady, she said, oh, can you come and fix my roof tile? She lived in the biggest mansion with swimming pools and everything. And
did you tell her to call the office and check with scheduling? Be like, I'm not sure what I got lined up.
I'll go round there. I said, I'll come round there. I said, I'll come round there about this time. I'll check it out, tell you the price, you know. Or she went, oh no, whatever it costs, just do it. I said, okay. And then I went there and I put my ladders together and I climbed up on the 3-tier ladder on their highest points, climbed up to the roof, and then I couldn't get to the tile, so I stood on my lean off on the ladder, and then it started to tip back, and I shit myself, I would kill myself, and I got back down, and I got the fucking broom handle, and I unscrewed it, went up there, and just poked up the tiles.
But,
And there was one that was too far, and then I went up there and I had to put a stick, drill my broom handle onto a lump of wood, and then try and push it up like that, and then it fell out. So luckily, with a little touch. So luckily I did that, because that was niggling me. I thought, I've got to do something about that. Either snap a tree branch or something. I've got to reach that fucking tile, because, you know, and push it up. And luckily the other one's jammed up nice. But that one, fuck yeah, no, came sliding down. So I controlled the slide with it with the stick, and then scooped it down. And I thought, right, I need a cat ladder now, hook it over the roof, and I don't have that. I'm gonna get it. She said she'll pay me tomorrow, and I said I'll sort out that tile. Yeah, so that was good answering the phone. That was an opportunity, knocking on the old phone there.
yeah.
Yeah, I've got to redo my website for tomorrow.